back on the freeway. Put it to the wood, man. All right, 55 south to Springfield. Let's do it. All right, let's do this. Hopefully there'll be a sign soon. I'll see how close I am to Springfield. I mean, I still have another, state and a half to go, at least. That's not counting Oklahoma. So, yeah. I gotta get with the program here. Well, hopefully I won't have to make any more, long stops. I'm hoping. Because that was just ridiculous. That was too damn long. So I go into the Road Ranger, right? I go in there, I use the men's room. They're playing some god-awful music that I've never even heard. I don't know if it was like folk music. I mean, it wasn't like country. It wasn't popular music. I don't know what the hell it was. It's nothing I've ever heard before. And I hear all kinds of music. But holy crap. And I'm sitting there on the toilet and I'm like, what the hell are we listening to here? If I'd have had my phone on me, I could have pulled it up, using the little microphone function there. Technology is just amazing. You don't know what a song is? No, let Google hear it. Google will tell you. But I didn't have my phone on me. But yeah, that was not a pleasant experience. Oh, here we go. All right, this is the sign we've been waiting for. Let's see. Springfield, 40 miles. All right. 7 miles to Lincoln. That's Lincoln. I know how to spell Lincoln. Sorry, random movie quotes here. All right, so we are 40 miles out of Springfield and 40 miles until the next interchange, which I will probably screw up. I'm going to try not to. Maybe the third time's the charm here. I mean, I've already done it twice. I don't really want to go for 3 because, every time I do that, it's putting me further and further behind. So, in the past, when I've gone to Kevin has a habit of living, hours away from me. He used to only be about 4 hours away from me. But I would always have this habit of showing up to his place, like, really late at night. Like, I'd show up at his place at, like, 2 o'clock in the morning or some shit. All right, we are very quickly coming up on Springfield, Illinois. Illinois State Capitol. It's funny, there's so many states that have a Springfield. It's like one of those things I've said before. Like every state has a Springfield, or it seems like it. It's almost like when they were coming up with names for towns, they ran out of ideas, so every state has the exact same town names. Illinois has a Springfield. Missouri has a Springfield. My home state of Oregon has a Springfield. I'm sure there's more. Yeah, the list just goes on and on. And we're very quickly coming up on Springfield. I saw a sign that said, next 4 interchanges or whatever. And again, I'm doing over 80 miles an hour here, and I still continue to have people pass me. It's driving me nuts. It'll calm down a little bit once I'm off the freeway. I still got some time left on the freeway. I'm going to take you through the town of Pittsfield, Illinois, which is a nice little town. That's where I start my journey on Highway 54. And I stay on 54 for a long time. I'm not sure exactly how far, but it's a ways. 54 will take us into Missouri, across the state border into Missouri. Again, that won't be for a while here. But yeah, I'm going to enjoy the freeway while I still have it. I like it a little more when there's less traffic. There's more space between the cars, but you know, what are you going to do? Got to get there, you know. Alright, we got another green sign coming up here. What do we got? Let's see. Sangamon Avenue, Clinton, 2 miles. I thought I was coming up on Springfield. Oh, you know what? I think this might be the one coming up that I was studying. Because it's like the only one in color, and it says, I think it says 72, like actually on the freeway. This is another one of those, like, you don't want to screw this up. Now, I got kind of lucky on the last one. I don't think I had to go, like, you know, maybe a mile out of my way to get turned around. You know, that wasn't as bad as the first one. I had to go like 5 miles out of my way for the last one. All right, yeah, South 55, West 72. Okay, yeah, we are definitely in Springfield. I recognize. So that this section through here, I've actually been through here before. I recognize some of this stuff. It's been a number of years since I've been through here. I'm thinking maybe 2014 would have been the absolute most recent. But then again, I'm not positive because, again, actually, no, I take that back. No, I definitely did not go through here in 2014. Because on that trip, because I like different scenery, I like a change of scenery, I went west and then I went south. So I was never in southern Illinois for that particular trip. I might have been there in 2013. I might have come through here. Yeah, I said it's hard to keep track of these trips sometimes if they're not recorded. And yeah, 2014 was the only time I actually recorded it, and I took a completely different route for that trip, just for the fact that I wanted a change of scenery. You know, and I'll do that. I don't mind going out of my way for a different change, you know, for a change of scenery. You know, you get a little bored looking at the same stuff all the time. You know, I like seeing new places. I like exploring new states. Yeah, I said earlier, you know, that's the cool thing about road trips is you never know what you're going to see. You know, you're out on the open road. You know, anything can happen. Anything can catch your attention. We want 72 towards Jacksonville. 72. Yeah, so it's the right 2 lanes. This is one of those splits. You got to make sure you get it right. All right. So now we should no longer be on I-55. This should be I-72 heading west. This is the last interstate that I go on for quite a while. There we go. Yep, West 72. And the speed limit is 70. The guy in front of me is doing like 63. What the hell? Gas is on the right. That's why I like the freeway when you're in between towns. You're kind of out in the middle of nowhere. You know, make sure you have a full tank of gas, obviously. And then just hit the road. I tell you, there's nothing better. Hit the road, crank up the tunes, and enjoy the drive. I can't remember nothing. I do know the very last two trips were 2013 and 2014. How do I know that? Because I have parts of them on camera. I've got them recorded. So, said for me, I have like a videographic memory. It's a lot easier for me to remember things that happened if they were recorded. But I'm sure I've only been there 4 times. Said the only 2 that I'm absolutely certain of is the 2013 and 2014. Because again, I have recordings from both trips. The last one, 2014, and that was a good trip. That was almost a perfect trip. Except for stopping at McDonald's and waiting for a chicken sandwich for, I don't know, 20 minutes or something. They finally give me my chicken sandwich, and it has no top bun. I was pissed. I was so irritated, I didn't even go in and complain. I was already behind schedule on my drive, so I said, screw it. I ate it anyway, and I burned the roof of my mouth. My mouth hurt the rest of that trip. That was like the only thing that went wrong that entire trip. Other than that, it was an absolutely fantastic trip. Met up with Mr. Mark Johnson, Mr. Kevin Thornton of the Nowhere Video family, and we all, the 3 of us pitched in to get ourselves a hotel. At that time, Mark and Kevin lived about 4 hours apart. So I spent one night with Kevin, and then we met Mark in between at, what was it, Heston, Kansas? We remember that because it's like we stayed in Charlton, Heston, Kansas at like a, what, Best Value Inn or some crap. Just a cheap hotel. It was like $50 a night or something like that. And the 3 of us chipped in, and we spent, I don't know, 2-3 nights at that place and just dinked around and enjoyed the swimming pool and had a lot of laughs, played some video games, watched some of our videos that we made in the past for Nowhere Video. I mean, it was a great time. That was, like I said, that was almost a perfect trip, except for burning the roof of my mouth. But, yeah, that was the last time I saw Kevin. 2013, it's 2022 when I'm recording this. So, yeah, 9 years ago. It's been a long time. So, this is gonna be fun. You know, get to catch up with Mr. Kevin Thornton. We're going to check out a modern ghost town of Picher, Oklahoma. We might possibly cross the border into Kansas and check out the I would say sister ghost town of Treese, Kansas. That was also deserted for the same reason, because of contamination from all the mining that was done there. All the buildings were torn down, roads were removed. I mean, they weren't messing around. They wanted to make sure that that people were not living there. The government paid folks to move out of the town and shut it down. Both of them shut down. So it's kind of a it's kind of an unheard of thing to have a modern ghost town, but it's exactly what it is. Racine, Kansas, there's basically nothing left. Racine was completely wiped off the map. Picher, you can still drive the streets. I think the streets are still intact, but almost all the buildings are gone. There are some buildings still intact. The center of town is mostly intact, but yeah, we're going to check that out. And ever since I learned about the town, I've wanted to see it. And yeah, so that'll be fun. It's only about a half an hour from Kevin's place in Grove, Oklahoma. So yeah, we're going to check it out. So right now it is 1:57 p.m. We are still heading west on I-72. I'll be on 72 for, I want to say that it's somewhere around 65 miles total between the beginning of I-72 until I get off the freeway. Once I get off the freeway, we'll be heading towards the town of Pittsfield, Illinois, which is a pretty cool town. It's one of the older towns in the state. And we'll drive around and show you a little bit of that. For right now, I'm going to turn my tunes back on and keep on driving. So stay tuned. We'll be right back after this 60-second timeout. I see a landmark coming up that I have seen before. It's a Springfield water tower. I actually have pictures of this from one of my trips to Kansas, and I don't remember if it was 2013. So I've been to Kansas like 4 times. I think it was 2008, 2010, and then it was either 2011 or 2012, I forget. 2013 and 2014. Yeah, the third trip is the one that, no, it's only 4 times, right? Hell, I don't know. But yeah, there's the Springfield water towers, and I got pictures of that from one of my trips. Geez, maybe I'm getting confused. I'm sure I've only been to Kansas 4 times. So I think it was 2008, I think. Jeez, I can't remember nothing. I do know the very last 2 trips were 2013 and 2014. How do I know that? Because I have parts of them on camera. I've got them recorded. So, said for me, I have like a videographic memory. It's a lot easier for me to remember things that happened if they were recorded. The last one, 2014, and that was a good trip. That was almost a perfect trip. Except for stopping at McDonald's and waiting for a chicken sandwich for, I don't know, 20 minutes or something. They finally give me my chicken sandwich, and it has no top bun. I was pissed. I was so irritated, I didn't even go in and complain. I was already behind schedule on my drive, so I said, screw it. I ate it anyway, and I burned the roof of my mouth. My mouth hurt the rest of that trip. That was like the only thing that went wrong that entire trip. Other than that, it was an absolutely fantastic trip. Met up with Mr. Mark Johnson, Mr. Kevin Thornton of the Nowhere Video family, and we all, the three of us, pitched in to get ourselves a hotel. At that time, Mark and Kevin lived about 4 hours apart, so I spent one night with Kevin, and then we met Mark in between at what was it, Heston, Kansas. We remember that because it's like we stayed in Charlton, Heston, Kansas, at like a Best Value Inn or some crap. Just a cheap hotel. It was like $50 a night or something like that. And the three of us chipped in, and we spent, I don't know, 2-3 nights at that place and just dinked around and enjoyed the swimming pool and had a lot of laughs, played some video games, watched some of our videos that we made in the past for Nowhere Video. I mean, it was a great time. That was, like I said, that was almost a perfect trip, except for burning the roof of my mouth. But yeah, that was the last time I saw Kevin. 2013. It's 2022 when I'm recording this. So yeah, 9 years ago. It's been a long time. So this is gonna be fun. You know, get to catch up with Mr. Kevin Thornton. So right now it is 1:57 p.m. We are still heading west on I-72. I'll be on 72 for, I want to say that it's somewhere around 65 miles total between the beginning of I-72 until I get off the freeway. Once I get off the freeway, we'll be heading towards the town of Pittsfield, Illinois, which is a pretty cool town. It's one of the older towns in the state. And we'll drive around and show you a little bit of that. For right now, I'm going to turn my tunes back on and keep on driving. So stay tuned. We'll be right back after this 60-second timeout. Just saw a sign there that said visit historic Pittsfield, next exit. So we should be coming up here real soon. Okay, yeah, here's the sign for Griggsville and Pittsfield, 1 mile. Never been to Griggsville. So if you exit off the freeway and you take a left to go to Pittsfield and continue on to Highway 54, or you take a right to go to Griggsville. We will be taking a left to go to Pittsfield. Half a mile. Boy, they want to make sure you don't miss that exit. So there was a 1 mile, a half mile. I don't know if there's a quarter mile. Oh, I see the sign for the exit up there. I don't know if you can see it there, but it's yep, we're coming up on it. Hitting the brakes, taking off the cruise control. And that is going to be the last of the freeway for quite some time. I will eventually get back on the freeway, but yeah, it's gonna be a long time from now. All right, Pittsfield to the left, West 54. All right. So yep, this is the next leg of the journey. Now, I've been through Pittsfield a couple times, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I think I've been through there twice, I do believe. So now will be the third time. So it's actually a few miles till you get to town. Oh, 55. Yeah, see, it's been so long since I've been through here. I don't remember exactly how far it is. But it is a few miles. You know, although as much as I love the freeway, some of your more interesting features are definitely going through some of the smaller towns. Again, and you never know what you're going to find, what you're going to run across. Pittsfield is a historic town, so there's lots of cool old buildings. You know, you're going to have your standard historic courthouse. I'm sure there's antique shops there. And although I've been through town, I've never actually stopped in Pittsfield. Well, I take that back. I stopped in Pittsfield once to eat, but I never got out of the car, so I don't know if that counts. Oh, that said antique and craft mall. See? I told you, antiques. That's pretty much a given when you go to historic towns. There's going to be antiques, which I've recently discovered I actually really enjoy browsing. We've got a historic Pittsfield Cemetery. Wow, that is a big-ass propane tank. Holy crap. I think that was big. That was bigger than a semi-trailer. That thing was huge. Pittsfield, 4,300. Oh, so there's actually over 4,000 people here. So it's small, but it's not as tiny as Ritzville, Washington, that I lived in for almost 2 years. That was about half this population. Welcome to Pittsfield, Illinois. I don't know if Pittsfield is famous for anything in particular, other than just being a historic town, but I do remember that on the outskirts of town, it's mostly your houses. You don't really start seeing the good stuff until you get into the center of town. Oh man, I feel stupid. I mean, it's one thing to take the wrong exit, but it's a completely different thing to go the wrong way down a one-way street. Yeah, it's going on 3 o'clock here, and I'm still in Illinois. I haven't crossed over into Missouri yet, so yeah. I don't know what my arrival time is looking like now. If I plugged in the GPS, I'd probably have a rough estimate. But the thing is, if I punched in the GPS, it would take me a route that I don't want to go. And that's another reason why I'm not using the GPS, because it would automatically calculate the fastest route. Well, I don't necessarily want the fastest route. I mean, let's be honest, because you're not going to see stuff like this. Look at this cemetery. Look at this monument here. That thing is massive. I mean, you can see that on Google Earth. This is a big cemetery. It actually goes on and on. Pittsfield West Cemetery. But yeah, had that ginormous monument there. Like I said, you can see it from space. It's so big. Well, you can see it on Google Earth. Probably not from space, but you can see it from Google Earth. That's the same thing, right? Alright, we're close to the end of town. The town starts thinning out here. Like I said, Highway 54, it goes on forever. It's going to take up a good portion of my drive through Missouri.